Hey everyone, welcome back to 3D6 Down the Line, the most criminally underwatched actual play series on the internet. This is episode 21 of our Mothership Sci-Fi Horror RPG run-through of the Gradient Descent module. My name is John. I am the warden for the evening, and going around the horn tonight we have...
Hi everybody, I'm first. Oh, I'm Ted. I play Delphon's Hubble, and I would just like to say there is no ice in my whiskey.
Nice. Fancy that.
Lovely. I'll go next. I'm Matt. I play the super sexy scientist, Thulsa Dew. Oh, look. No ice in my drink either.
Weird.
Okay, I'm David, and I'm playing David the android. I have a can of soda.
So make of that what you will. We would normally have Mike playing the other Marine, Rick Sharp, but he is dead to us tonight. The first things first, don't forget to do your solemn duty, which is to like and subscribe, and on YouTube, hit that bell icon, get notifications every time we publish new material. A lot of you out there are viewers and fans, but you haven't subscribed. It doesn't cost you anything, and it really does help the channel, so please do so. And if you have a few extra bucks, you might want to hit us up with a Patreon subscription. We'll get you access to our other campaign, Patreon exclusive, for our Return to Dolmenwood campaign, plus a lot of other bennies as well. Any paid tier will get you access to that Dolmenwood campaign. But thanks as always to all of our supporters and to all of our fans. All right, let's get things started. It is it is the 21st of January, 21:25, 5 p.m. somewhere aboard the Deep. Our caller tonight is going to be none other than the android, David. So make it that what you will.
Oh, yes.
And we are aboard the Deep. They have finally, last episode, infiltrated the notorious factory, the largest section, the big, fat, meaty donut section of the factory. And they are in the sub-level known as Quality Assurance after crawling into these... what's the word for it? Launch tubes, almost like torpedo launch tubes, but they're more for mini craft, like mini drones. Snuck in the back way to infiltrate, rather than choosing to try to wheel and deal the Chosen King, which is the more direct route to brain construction. They're going to go the longer, more dangerous route on their own.
Classic.
So they're going to take the long way around. That's what they're in the middle of doing right now. The goal right now is to find the Mind Thief, who was one of the children androids from Hell that escaped. And according to those children in Hell, the rumor is that the Mind Thief may have something in his possession that is very, very dangerous to Monarch. And that, of course, piques everyone's interest.
It's fear.
So
it's Delphon's Hubble.
So that's where we are right now. And why don't we start things off with a nice, delicious Ben's check.
Delicious. David, what's going on?
I'm the caller, aren't I? All right. Let's continue on the Ted front. And he's our special boy.
Oh, my special boy dice. My special Ben score of 7, and I've rolled a 93.
Okay, you are safe.
Matt?
Okay. My Ben's score is 38.
It was higher.
I rolled a 3.
Nice.
You know what? There's only, I'm just feel very flexible.
Well, you're actually
pressure.
You're actually in luck because you're already suffering from the increased empathy. So you're actually kind of good to go.
If you're going to run around,
from empathy is a real gradient descent concept.
I hear that all the
time. If I was a jerk, I'd make you gain 2 stress every time you see an android die. Should I be a jerk? Nah.
You know what, John?
What's your
bring it
account,
if you want.
John?
Bring it if you. There's no assailing your character. If you decide to give me 2 stress when I see an android die,
I mean,
take it happily. No, we'll just leave.
I think that's a pretty legit call. Plus, we get the whole view of Thulsa Dew, sort of, oh, the androids, I love them.
Well, I call first to market on that one.
You know what? I'm gonna do it. I don't think it can be like if you fail it, you got to take some sort of penalty, right? So I'm going to do it.
man.
I'm going to do
Yeah,
it. You're
bring
gonna
it. Yeah.
2 stress every time
Okay.
you see whenever you see or hear a known android die. Like it has to be something that you're obviously aware that's an android. Okay.
right.
Okay.
We'll
David.
test it out. First Android I see.
Oh, don't do it.
David.
All right. David. Benz.
Oh, yes, it is my turn. I thought I got away with it there. All right, I have a
Yeah,
Benz
caller also has to do it.
No, I'm on John's side this time.
Yeah,
I
man.
have a Benz of 22, and I rolled a 49.
49. Okay, you're good to go.
Right on.
All right, and just give me a quick stress count, everybody.
I have a 6.
Okay.
I have a 9.
And I have an 8.
Right. Okay, so Thulsa has just crossed over into the yellow. Other 2 guys are green. And this is our actual crew right now that actually all of them do have wounds. Rick is the only one who doesn't. So all 3 of these guys do have 1 wound each. All right, that's the status check. Let's jump into it. All right, you are on the quality assurance level. You had made your way through the where is it here?
A tube, huh?
The micro hangar, yeah. And you had gone into a very strange room that, thanks to some of the commenters, which I actually do appreciate, I was having trouble sort of explaining what this room sort of looked like due to the lack of information in the module. And I had said that it was a 10-foot by 10-foot cube of naked humanoids, which you guys had assumed probably with good foundation that these are infiltrator androids, inanimate, but compacted into the cube. And I said 10-foot by 10-foot when we realized, well, that wouldn't actually be like a lot of people, when it's actually a 10-person by 10-person cube, which makes a lot more sense. It would fill up a lot more of this very large room. There was also a question too about whether or not there was vacuum where you are right now. That is not the case. Ever since you've entered quality assurance level 3, level 3 subset, whatever, you have been in 0G, but you do have atmosphere.
Okay.
There was no technical airlock before you got here, but we'll just say that there is one. So now there's magically an airlock. So you can dump off your vac suits there. If we can retcon it basically and say, like, if you wanted to ditch your vac suits, you could have done it there.
Yeah,
So
I think
let me know now.
Also definitely would. Yeah. She does not need that. She's home. Feels good here.
Right.
Yeah. What does she need a vac suit for?
Okay.
So I have a question about that. And there was a mention of it. Mike brought this up, and my question is, obviously you cannot wear a vac suit over standard battle dress,
Right.
but standard battle dress is not that bulky by comparison to a vac suit. I could bring mine along and change into it when I take off the vac suit, right?
I would say for standard battle dress, I guess I could buy you carrying it. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously not the like advanced battle dress with the power arms and all that kind of stuff, but just like, like what the Colonial Marines wear in Aliens is a, combat, BDUs and a breastplate and greaves.
It's sort of like having like a football uniform.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're all right with it, we would say that that's something that can be carried while you're wearing a vac suit, and then I'll just put it on.
Okay. And David?
Okay.
I am staying in my exoskeleton.
Okay. So, Thulsa, you should be aware that because you're only in civies now, that you don't have like a built-in comms device. Do you have something else that allows you with comms?
Yeah, remember I had earlier on in earlier episodes, I had stripped some comms out and a light from my old vac suit, and I had made it into a wrist-mounted
Okay.
kind of portable device, so I can still have comms and I can still see.
Right on.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. So, and then everything, unless I say otherwise, is also lit here. So the universal thing until I say otherwise is atmosphere, 0G, lit. Okay. And where we left off was when I just hit a wall where my sickness just overcame me, and I was having real trouble parsing things. Parsing things is still not going to be easy, even though I'm back to health. But you guys had just left that weird floating cube of humans, and then had decided to let's see. Where's my maps here? There was 2 different exits out of here. one was a bulkhead and one was a normal door. And I believe you went to the bulkhead. You did. And you would literally open the door, and that's where I hit the wall. So we can pick it up there with what you see when you open that door, or if you want to change your mind, now's the time to tell me.
Collapse the waveform, John. We open the door.
Okay.
So you open the door. What's in there?
Okay.
Now I did one quick backup thing. I did get pictures, Thulsa did crawl into the cube of bodies a little bit. That's when she saw the body of the CEO of
yes,
Gregory
McMathers is his name.
Gregory McMathers, and she was able to, I believe, take a picture. And I think the last thing I remember leaving the cube is that we tied the paracord around his leg, but kind of left it dangling out like a wick. So if we need to, we didn't want to take him with us, but if we need to on the way out, we can.
Okay, if we come back bobbing on the end of a string.
That must have been when I was delirious with sickness, because I don't remember that.
That would make any normal person.
I just listened to the episode, John. He totally did that.
He totally did that. Okay, got it.
Totally did that.
I also found 20,000 credits in one of their pockets.
Ted, is that true?
I was playing it at 1.5 speed, so I could have missed that. I think.
Sorry,
there was David Hasselhoff clone. I remember that. There was a David Hasselhoff clone. I got naked pictures of David Hasselhoff and the CEO of Tolly.
When I say there's famous people in there, of course David Hasselhoff will be one of them.
I mean,
yeah, right. I just couldn't tell which would be more valuable, so I got them.
Cool. The whole cast of Baywatch, both eras.
I'm still in the cube room then, John.
And Knight Rider. Okay. All right. So you open the door beyond, again, 0G, large industrial space. And in this room, it's very, very, go figure, a very, very strange design. So it's it's dominated by a huge, large data bank along the walls. But the data bank itself is very, very strange looking, as in they're not like the banks of computer screens so much that you've seen in a couple different places in the deep so far. And this particular one, it looks like each, there are individual places that are what am I trying to say? They're repeated, so they're all the same thing, but each of them looks like they have a depression in them in which a human-sized body could back up into. Right, so there's just like a human-shaped depression in each one, and there's just like
a Borg ship.
That's exactly what I was thinking. It's like a Borg thing.
With like.
Oh my God, John!
I know.
Watch Star Trek.
Oh, John!
Allow me to repeat. Not too familiar with the genre, but there's like many of them, like thousands of them, and they all can basically a person could lie prone, upright in each one of them, and where the base of the skull would be. In each one of those is a jutting I/O cable, okay, so like a jack basically, that is coming out. Let's see. There is no one in them right now, but the whole room is lined with them. Okay.
And you said that there were no jacks on the necks of the androids in the cube room, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it does ring a bell because the children in the room that we just left, they have.
Have we ever determined whether any of the security drone androids have them or anything?
So it's not something I've ever pointed out really, but David would also have one. Any android that is not an infiltrator has a jack, one way or the other. Now it could be easily concealed with maybe a flap of skin, something like that, right? But it could be very, very obvious, like the guys in the Matrix. But every single normal baseline model Android has a jack like that, which connects directly into the logic core, right? The thing with the infiltrators, which you have seen up close now, you're well aware, you cannot tell the difference between them and humans, other than the CDS scanner thing, right? So you're not even sure, as far as you know, if they have a logic core. As far as you know, they have a brain, like gray matter brain.
Mm-hmm.
We would know. Didn't the Hubble copy, or it was the what's his bucket? My first guy. Remember him?
I don't know if he did an autopsy on him.
Didn't we autopsy him or like blow his head off?
Yeah, Thulsa did, but yeah, he was just human looking inside.
Yeah. So if that's the case, I don't remember that, but yeah, I could confirm that you found no artificial parts in him at all that you could tell were artificial. If what you suspect is happening, it might be that all of the organic parts of them were synthesized, right? But that even goes to the brain and neurons and all that sort of stuff. It's all organic.
Yeah.
Like high end sort of stuff, right?
Right.
Okay, so that's what's in this room. It's eerily empty, and you can only imagine what it would look like if it's filled with bodies.
So it's just a room full of, for lack of a better word, brain stations or something, right? But that's all it is. It's just row after row after row of these.
Yeah, and each one has like a little readout above, like where the head would be. Small little screen, but they're on, but there's no there's just basically like a blinking cursor like on each one of them.
It's like the C prompt.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Could I plug into one?
Oh, I don't think you should do that.
You want to do that?
I don't think you should.
You'll
You'll suddenly find yourself as the weatherman from international news or something like that. And
oh, but it's such a fun thing to try.
It's a terrible idea. 100% you should do it.
you have a backup character. You should go.
There's a good chance that you will not be David anymore.
Yeah. Well, to come to that, let's walk up to one of these, and there's a screen. Is there any sort of interface? Are there like purge system buttons or replace brain button or something like that on there?
There are.
I don't have.
Let's see. I would say that there's probably, I don't know why there wouldn't be inputs and stuff like that. So when you float over to one side and take a look at one particular readout, you get the impression that there are buttons that, let's see, what would it tell you?
It's not going to mean a lot to me, but like some obvious things like,
Yeah, I mean, I do have computers. I don't have hacking, but I do have computers, so I could make some sense of it.
Right.
Here's what I would like to do, gang. Just here's what I would like to do. We have an artifact that increases the computational power of anything that's plugged into. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it fair to say I could plug that into myself and plug myself into one of these machines, John, so that it increased my computational power and interfacing with these machines?
Yes.
Okay. I think doing that and like in whatever capacity I can, conceiving psychologically of a firewall with that hypercomputing sort of boost and investigating this connection point is interesting. And I will probably regret it, but I think that's what we should try to do. But if also you want to look first, of course, do like investigate like you're about to.
I think that's a good plan.
Yeah.
Okay. So David starts to get the sphere ready. Thulsa, when you're looking at it, because you're not manipulating the screen at all, you're going basically like what the buttons are basically telling you, and you're getting ones that are like upload personality. There's definitely a button for a database search. It's probably something like that, basically. I don't know. Yeah.
Who would you like to be, David?
I already have two personalities. The other one hasn't cropped up much in play, but Deleuze is still waiting, behind the scenes.
You haven't pressed the buttons.
Also, do I press the buttons?
Press the button.
Yeah, you know what? I'll do a database search.
Okay, so when you hit the database search, you get a whole bunch of filters. You get a list, like a huge long list of names, and then there's a bunch of filters that you can sort them by, and you can sort them by. It's a little disturbing because it's like planetary systems. You can do it by, and then you can further refine based upon like how localized you want to get within the system. It has income levels, job positions, social status.
The whole nine, yeah.
Yeah, basically everything. So what you're looking, and then you look at the names, and most of them, by like the vast majority of them, you have no idea what these people are, what these names are. But as you're scrolling, taking like a turn to do it, you do see a couple of names that stand out that are famous people, and a couple of them actually do correspond to the bodies that you saw in the cube in the next room over.
All right.
But there's a
Dixon
lot
on the
more.
list?
There's like thousands upon thousands of names.
Yeah.
How about this?
Hold on. Is Dixon on the list?
Yes, actually, if you search for Dixon, yes, Dixon is on the list.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is David on the list?
David,
After that splash.
Of course I am.
David is. Would he be on the list?
Yeah,
Yes,
Flash
he would be
week.
on the. He would be on the list. Yes.
What
Yeah.
is the inset date?
Here's
the recording date?
Yeah, I would actually have it. It would be today.
Today. Okay. So
You're right. Yep.
yeah. Okay. Cool. I want to continue this train of. Oh, go ahead.
Am I in there? Is
Yeah, I was
Thulsa
about
in
to say,
there?
am I on there?
Thulsa Du and Delphon's Hubble are not on the list. When you sort by incept date or incept date,
I want to see who was made first.
David is actually the number one when you sort by most recent.
Okay.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Cool.
So yeah, I would look over to David and say, you can do this, but this is an override. I mean, this is like a menu of people that you are not, that it would turn you into. I don't think you want to do this.
I would just like to explore the functionalities and see if I can get into a larger network of systems, because this is connected to some other storage and probably to Mother or Monarch himself. So I do want to also search for another name, but I can plug in and search while I'm plugged in, I suppose, John. I mean, just to wrap it together.
Yeah.
Or we can do
That
it first.
presumes that you will have any control over the system.
Well, my goal is to engage, like, control over the system with the enhancement of the artifact and my direct computational conversation with the system.
That's exactly right. Yeah. So with you don't even have to touch the keypad. Just by thinking,
Yes.
you can navigate the computer. You cannot hack the computer, but you can definitely navigate it.
Hear me out. I can't hack it, but because I have a mastery of psychology and I'm interfacing with it as an intellectual being in conversation with another computational being, potentially, right? Can my psychology benefit me in my metaphoric navigation and my sparring with this thing?
Yes, it can. And it actually does reveal some information. So first of all, you're doing this at really rapid speed, David. So when you apply, you both of the other guys want to say something. Go for it. Go for it.
I have something very important. If his matrix hole is plugged up with the matrix port, then I'm afraid you're going to have to drop your pants for the ball to.
He's not interfacing. Hold on. He's not interfacing with the machine's I/O port. He's interfacing with the artifact's I/O port. And then he's connected to the
artifact is connected to the machine.
He's got enough connections. David has multiple output ports. Ted, what did you want to say?
I would like to say that I have pulled out once he closes his eyes and goes into the system, I pull out my pulse rifle and I'm ready to totally grease this mofo. If he wakes up as some freaky motherfucker, I am going to blow him away.
Okay, cool. You do see, when David actually connects through and starts to purposely navigate through the computer, that he does go rigid and his eyes start to roll back and he looks very, very unhuman. So it kind of gives you guys the heebie-jeebies. I'm not going to make you roll a save though.
No, that was expected. I would assume that would happen. But if if his eyes open up and they're black, or he starts speaking in a demonic language.
Yeah. Okay.
We've always been together.
So what I was going to say is, David, whenever you actually apply your psychological knowledge to what you find inside the computer and processing it at rapid speed, this is what you discover, and it's a little bit it's more disturbing than what's already evident to the other two, is that we have a full-on Manchurian candidate thing going on here.
Yeah,
is what you find out. So what it is that a personality, a chosen personality of an infiltrator, or someone who's been brain scanned, is going to be uploaded into the android, wiping out their previous personality. If you decide to do it, you have a new character. Period. Yeah. So you can, at least you got that confirmation. All right. So it would upload that personality, but then that personality is triggered by images, phrases, or sounds. Right. Which can be input in the machine, right? So you can finally detail like what the actual trigger mechanism is for that personality to switch on, right? So yes, I guess technically you would still be David, but then the Manchurian Candidate thing would happen at a random time of my choosing, right? Or a random time of your guys choosing. You know?
This is an interesting thing because I would have access to what those phrases were.
Yeah.
And I would be able to determine the phrase prior to both if I were to do it to myself, but
there's more to it though, David, which is going to make you think twice about it. Okay. Regardless of the infiltrator personality that is downloaded into you, whenever it does manifest, regardless of whatever human it's mimicking, every single personality that is uploaded is going to have full total knowledge of espionage, tactics, science, and key, fanatically loyal to Monarch.
Yeah. You know, it'd be really interesting if I did it without telling them right now. the ultimate betrayal. That all makes sense to me. Some just like basic stuff. One is Arcadian the list.
Is Arcadian the list? No.
Okay. Is Ghost Eater or any Nikanu?
I forgot her name.
Noriko.
Let me look it up here.
Okay,
Noriko.
so Noriko and Ghost Eater and Arcady are not on the list. One person that you do recognize from the bell that is on the list is Lucky Takahashi.
Yes. Not shocked by that.
Ooh, oh.
I think, and in fact, I would suspect a lot of the Thelema people are probably on this list because I think Thelema is fully in collusion with Monarch at this point. What is Lucky Takahashi's infiltrator phrase?
I have no idea. What? Maybe I'm speaking too soon here. I got to kind of think because these are.
My guess is that they wouldn't just be a simple phrase that someone could accidentally say. It would be more like, like in the Winter Soldier, that long string of totally unconnected words.
Of course.
Yeah, colors, numbers, lists. Yeah.
This is more. Actually, this probably should have been blocked away by heavy security, but whatever. I've
got the super brain connected to me though. That's why I'm getting past the security.
Sure. It's not. This is when you take a person off this list and put it into an android. It makes that person now a Manchurian Candidate, but but the user has to determine what the trigger is going to be. Do you understand? So otherwise, it's just a list. Like you're doing the right thing. Like you're checking to see who might be an infiltrator, and you're pretty confident that the list at least shows who's an infiltrator, or it might not be who is actually an infiltrator, but someone who Monarch has brain scanned and who may want to make someone an infiltrator. But does the infiltrator actually exist? Who knows? Sure. It's just the personality from a brain scan is actually just kind of in this database right now, right?
Yeah. What I understand in this sort of like personality wipe process, I know I'm getting a little esoteric, but if it's a full wipe of the prior, mind, let's say Lucky Takahashi hasn't been engaged yet, right? Yep. With my computing power, do I have a sense of a matter of milliseconds or seconds of like rewrite that occurs? That would be like a stutter or a poker tell in the person that it had worked, even if they don't reveal it in their personality. You know what I mean? Like an eye flicker, something that would occur that would just look like something's happening. You know what I mean?
No, it's okay. Pretty seamless.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Go ahead, Matt.
I have two questions. One more name on that list to ease our consciences from like episode 3 or 4. Is Tess the high school girl, or the in the letter jacket or whatever that we Helen, there accidents occurred, regrettable things happened. But it would be good to know she was on the list. But also, generally, can you get a sense of anyone's orders? Like, are there like you have the the personality matrix. Like when they're triggered, they're intensely loyal. They're super spies. They're all this. But are there any hints of orders? Like
no, they're just basically what David is getting is that they're just basically completely under Monarch's control.
Yeah,
and so which allows Monarch to have total freedom over whatever they need to do in a moment's notice.
Okay, I have. Sorry, go ahead.
Tess, the one that you killed, was an infiltrator android. Helen is also an infiltrator. You knew that because you saw her twice.
Yeah. I called it with Tess. I'm so vindicated from everyone. Okay, Lord, if my brain could process as fast as David's right now, I'd come up with a lot more interesting questions to ask at this point. But I'm very curious who the first Manchurian created was. What was the first project of this?
You sort by date, the oldest one. David's person. The most recent.
Yeah. Is it listed?
No, it's not. Yeah.
Okay, that's it. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay,
but it's supposed to give it kind of with everything that you experienced so far in the campaign, what you know about infiltrator androids right now, what you know about Monarch, and what you're seeing now specifically on just these couple rooms that you've been in on this level, you should be able to get a picture of what Monarch's plans might be in general.
Yeah.
I have one last thing that I'd like to try that's a little convoluted, but I want to pitch.
Let me just throw something out here then. Sure. So I know you found those drones with those processors on board. And if we're talking about sending out infiltrator androids out into space, different planets and so on, and getting them off the station somehow, at some point, they're going to need to be able to communicate. Like Monarch's gonna have to send the signal to activate them. And I wonder if that's what those drones are. Like that drone flies into Prospero's Dreams airspace, and that package broadcasts, the code symbols or whatever, and everyone goes, and then they become infiltrators.
Maybe I'm thinking maybe those drones are the delivery system for these infiltrators, perhaps. Like at a moment's notice, they could all go hop in one of those things and get shot off. Like
remember, it was a long discussion. No one can get in the drone. They're too small.
Right. They're too small. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
The only payload seems to be that thing that you took out of one of them. And my guess is that what's that?
The little
little. Yeah. My guess is that if you were to actually connect with that, you'd find that it was full of transmitting equipment designed to send the signal to activate infiltrators, any number of whom may have already been sent out. Or maybe Monarch has not gotten that many out, and that's why there's a stack of them in the next room. He doesn't have a way to get them off the station yet.
Sure.
Anyway, those are my thoughts at this point.
John.
Yeah.
We have all of these personalities as, fragmented sort of whatever files or whatever. Can I, with this interface, have a conversation with one of them?
No, you cannot.
Okay.
And he erased them.
I won't talk to Dixon then. Can I erase them? So, there was a wipe thing, right?
No. Okay. Yeah, you're just interfacing with the computer, but you have, that kind of stuff is definitely behind heavy security.
Yeah.
If it's even an option, which you don't see an option for it.
Do I get I'm going real weird here. We should move on soon. As the caller, I should call
myself.
Who's
caller? Yeah.
But I'm just getting a little tricksy. Do I have a sense of total storage capacity of how many personalities could be held in this?
What the possible capacity is, I don't really know, but there's thousands upon thousands of names in here. I don't have an exact number.
Yeah, my point is more that if I uploaded my own consciousness tens of thousands of times, could I take up all of the storage so it couldn't be it couldn't be used to upload a new one? Could I short circuit it by hyper uploading an identical file over and over and over again?
A denial of service attack.
Yes, I'm trying to do a DDoS attack on this. With redundant files.
I don't have enough knowledge to answer your question. I'm sorry.
Okay. I gotta say, my guess would be Monarch is crafty enough to fight that faster than you can upload it.
I already regret giving you all this info because it probably should have all been locked away behind heavy security. So I'm just going to say what the information I gave you is the information you can glean.
That's Monarch wants him to know. That's the artifacts for. Don't worry about it. Okay, I think that I don't have any other big creative ideas. I do think it would be if it weren't for the fact that the copy is rabidly loyal to Monarch, and there's nothing I can do to rewrite that, right? I can't like intercept the loyalty part of that file and just have the personality.
No.
Yeah, if it weren't for that, I think it'd be really interesting to replace David with Dixon as a form of apology. No, genuinely, like bringing Dixon back to life, right, through David as a sort of
No, I think you go back into the pile and you get the cast of Baywatch and put Dixon into one of those bodies. He'd be much happier. That's
All right. Well, why don't I unplug from this? I do think immediately after unplugging, I'm going to get on my comms, John. I'm going to radio Arcady.
Okay.
And tell him what? About Lucky?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. That's an interesting idea.
Hey, Arcady, you there, pal? Hey, man.
Yeah, man.
Got some sensitive information for you right now. Are you alone?
Yeah.
Are you armed?
No.
You should get armed as soon as possible.
All right, man. Well, stop with the coyness and just tell me what the deal is, man.
Lucky Takahashi is an android.
Oh, okay. Is he working against me?
He is. He has been. We have located his personality matrix on Monarch's duplication system, along with many other names that we can relay to you later. But you are most urgently under threat from Lucky Takahashi.
Okay. I'll keep an eye out for him then.
Go ahead, Ted.
Well, all we know is that Lucky's been copied. We don't know that Lucky is in fact an android.
A corpo's an android, whether he's got machinery in him or not. Listen, kill them all, I say.
That's what I've been saying about androids from the beginning, but you got to be all empathy. Androids have rights too.
Listen, 99% of my guns are pointed at 1% of their heads, you know?
All right, Arcady's been warned. He'll keep an eye out.
Okay.
Now
we'll get a free ship out of the deal.
Okay, so in this room you have you can go back the way you came, or there is another bulkhead door directly across the room from where you entered.
While he was connected to this, was there any movement at all? Any pattern of lights or anything that? Are there cameras in this room?
No.
Anything like that we would?
Not that you can see.
I say we
keep going. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
But when David comes up out of being plugged in, and he doesn't do anything weird, right? He's basically still David, and I don't feel compelled to shoot him.
No.
Okay, fine.
I put my hand on your shoulder, and I say, everything will be fine. Don't worry.
Pulse rifle. That's it.
Okay.
No, I didn't really want to shoot David, but
yeah, I'll relay the Takahashi thing to them.
Okay.
All right. So the bulkhead door, when you open it up, it reveals like a short corridor before it actually abuts against a, well, they have as an airlock, but I guess it's just another bulkhead. So another bulkhead door.
Okay.
No labeling or like access panel or anything like that. Just regular open and close like we've seen elsewhere.
It says seminar room.
Oh, seminars. Maybe we can get a timeshare in Cancun.
And maybe something interesting in there. Let's take a look, huh?
You open the door.
This is weird how this is.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
You open the door. Beyond, there is a normal size room, thankfully. And in this one, it's still 0G, however, even though it looks like it was meant to not be 0G at one point. And there are, it's like a college lecture hall. So there's like rows of tiered comfortable seats that sit in front of a very large blank dead screen. There are dusty, unused terminals that are in each like little personal terminals on the front of each one of the seats. And scattered on some of the desks and on some of the chairs, you see that there are old. Oh no, I'm sorry, they're not physical. They're actually on the terminals themselves. On some of the terminals, there are old Cloud Bank training manuals on the screens. Okay.
Was this a human-sized room?
Human-sized, yeah.
Yeah. And these are like book, when you say manuals, like actual like books.
No, I thought so, but they're actually digital manuals on the each individual's like screens. Yeah.
All right.
You don't see anybody there.
Okay. Well, shoot, if there's a manual, I'll sit down. I'll blow some of the dust off and see if see what some of the choices are on the manual. Specifically here, like I want to learn what I can about this floor, anything about the layout that might help us in our search for the mind thief.
Right. Yeah. So what the important thing that you can glean from that you can pull with you is a map of this particular floor, not the entire factory, but of quality insurance. So let me just move us over to Miro here real quick, and I'll drop this to the right of the floor 6 map. Okay.
Perfect.
I'll expand that out.
Yeah, it's fine. I can see it. Nice. Nuclear warhead and war studies. All right.
Okay, so
boys, I have a plan.
just hold on. So you guys entered the micro hangar right here. Okay. Then you went into infiltrator android storage, and then into infiltration personalities databank. Okay, and now you're in the seminar room.
Okay.
I do think we should look into wardrobe and organic response chamber before moving too deep into the rest of the.
Especially. I agree because it turns into a maze.
If your overall goal is brain construction, which you know is another sub level on floor 3, this is where you're looking to get to. Okay, so from the QA inspection chamber, you can see that it goes to the ore smasher room, but that ore smasher is in the maintenance zone, and then that would also lead you to the other factory zones, which you assume brain construction is one of those. Okay, so your goal on this level, if you're still heading towards the mind thief, is to get to this room.
Okay? I'm more interested in the anti-synthetic armory. That is speaking to me. I have to tell you,
there's lots of good stuff, lots of juicy stuff here.
Nuclear warhead seems a bit overdone.
John, just to rewind, sorry, we didn't get the name of the mind thief, like its given name, just the
right. That's all they have is just he's known as the mind thief.
Cool.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind, like I said, if you guys don't mind going to wardrobe and organics, just because it's adjacent to us. Before we continue deeper into the, why don't we go over there?
I'm very much down with that because I think there's likely really good stuff in there, one or the other, and we don't want, it'll keep us from having to double back.
I need a new hat. I haven't had a hat in a long time.
I need a trench coat, like a hard-boiled detective trench coat and a Stetson.
Yeah. All right.
Are you doing anything else in this room?
We go over there. Not for the moment.
Seminar room, tables, computer terminals.
Is there like a pedestal or something up at the front, like a lectern or something that somebody would lecture behind?
There is, yes.
We got to look in there. If there's going to be something somewhere, if there aren't little cubbies in each one of the desks, there's definitely going to be something behind there. I want to go up to the front and kind of like check out the podium up front.
Okay, so behind the podium, where you would put your materials sort of at knee level or whatever, you do indeed find something that's quite interesting. You find bundled together with a simple rubber band, or maybe like a twist tie, or what do you call it, a zip tie, are 6 syringes, each of them labeled 1 to 6. Okay, and they all have they're unplunged, but they are all loaded with like a very thin, watery, slightly pale yellow liquid.
They have needles.
Does this look like?
Yes.
Does this look like the first needle, the syringe that we found way back in episode?
No,
1?
only the fact that it's a syringe, but it looks like a completely different sort of model or whatever.
John, I would like to shine my light through the liquid and see if there's any like metallic particulate or anything that's chunks.
Not that you can see. It looks pretty transparent.
There are nano machines in this, guys.
I did tell you that I would telegraph if something's an artifact. This is an artifact. all of them together are an artifact.
Right.
Well, shall I try them? Should we do a little holler juicing here?
Sort of a budget hackler here. Is that what you're proposing to
like
be?
like a little test. Like, yeah, John, I would very curiously, I would like squeeze like a drop of it out on my fingers to feel the viscosity, smell it, and see if any of those raise any alarm bells. If they don't, I might just
your fingers burn off.
It feels tingly on the skin. It's not burning. It has an acrid smell to it. It's not particularly pleasant. Yeah. And I should say this too. It's 1 through 6, and it in that order, the liquid inside maintains the same viscosity, as in it's like very, very thin, but the color are gradients that go darker. Right.
So it's maple syrup.
But not like the 6 is not black. It's just like more like
concentrated, sort of.
It gives you that vibe, maybe more concentrated. But it just I would say like 1 is like super pale yellow, and 6 is like a good healthy urine. You know what I mean? that sort of thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think these are dosing out like almost you would with a vaccine, perhaps, with levels of density as your body acclimates to whatever you're putting in there. Perhaps.
Well, if you want to take a hit, man, be my guest. But may I remind you that one of the reasons we went back in here after finding the big score and the disc was to find things of value. And if you shoot up all of the artifact, we can't sell it. And,
well, again, I'm not looking at shooting it up. I'm not looking to shoot it up. I just want to kind of get a hint of what that is.
I think David wants to take a squirt, though.
Oh, no, man. I'm not going to let you do that. You've got better things to do. Come on. Get serious.
I think if we did that, we should do it in a safer environment than this. So I think we should stow them for now, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I think the taste test is legit if you want to do that, Matt.
Yeah, I will. I'm pretty curious. After rubbing it on my fingers, John, I will just give a brief little... I know this isn't D&D, but I'm going to give it the old D&D potion taste test.
Yeah, nothing. Your tongue recoils at the taste. It does not taste good. Put it that way. But you don't feel sick or anything like that. It's just like ugh. Yeah. It's like bad medicine.
Does it taste like coppery or anything like that? Like metallic?
I don't have that information. It tastes bad.
Okay.
It tastes like regret.
Does anyone have any sort of doctor sort of skills or anything like medical stuff?
Nope.
No. Okay.
I have firearms, Sean.
Not gonna work. Okay.
Can you shoot it?
I'm gonna.
Does it shoot?
Any more experimentation with this, or are you heading back to what you think is wardrobe?
Let's go back to wardrobe. Yeah, I'll just pop this in my gear and let's let these guys know I have it. But let's go back.
Okay. All right. So it's
back to wardrobe. Huh?
It's about 7 p.m. now. All right. So this is like a normal door. It leads to a short corridor, which then leads to another normal door, which leads to the wardrobe.
Okay, I bring my smart rifle out and I kick both doors open and move quickly into them.
Okay. So this is a normal size room because it is a wardrobe. It's still in 0G. Remember, you're all just sort of floating through all these chambers so far. Right?
Well, I've got mag booting it. Mag booted, yeah.
Okay, right.
Clonk.
Mag boots. It's the what do you call it? It's the Iron Crown of Gonor of this campaign.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. All right. So this is a pretty cool, fun room. So it is a walk-in auto tailor. So,
hell yeah.
Just like everyone's favorite thing to do in Grand Theft Auto is to visit a clothing store and get auto tailored into cool outfits. This is literally that. It's like the video game notion of changing your outfit in where you want. So it's like you know that scene in The Matrix whenever they're like, I need guns, lots of guns, and then like all the guns go like that. It's similar to that, but not in a Matrixy way, as in there's like rows upon. Well, it's a normal size room though. I don't know. It's just got a lot of fucking clothes in it, and they can automatically be fit to you and from a whole range of cultures and formality occasions. That's that whole 9 yards.
So there's not like a 3D printer or like knit on demand like. Actually fabricating clothing. I
think there is a machine that actually will like hem and tailor to like your specific dimensions, so you always look good, And so it's like Savile Row without like the uptight British tailor there.
But if I like said computer, I want new standard battle dress, but in cool carbon fiber and lots of red flames painted on it.
It's just clothes.
Just those. Okay.
There's enough clothes here to actually make like a pretty decent killing on selling them, but not worth your time considering the valuables that you have on you right now.
Start selling outfits.
Of note, for no particular reason that's relevant to 3D6 at all, there is a patch machine bolted to the wall.
Oh, interesting.
There is one design programmed right now on it that would basically, if you hit like enter, it would spit out this patch, which is Cloudbank Synthetic Production Facility, verified human, the exact same patch that Arcadia has on his jacket.
Well, I would definitely at least get one. Sorry, David.
One.
You know.
Please go ahead.
I get it with the Velcro back that goes right onto my uniform, right on the.
You can do whatever you want.
I want a Velcro backed verified human patch.
Cool. Who's got the syringes, by the way?
I think
Fulsa does.
Yeah.
As she puts them in her gear, John, by the way, she does have a Geiger counter. She's going to just like give it a quick little check to make sure she's not irradiating her.
The artifact?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not radioactive.
Okay, cool.
John, I have a patch I would like.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking it up. I think what it's going to be is a circular patch. I think it's going to have a bisected head. On one side, it'll be a human face. Right. On the other side, it'll be a skull. All right. And I think
you're going to say something
emblazoned upon that. Yeah, it needs a little catchphrase. I think it says "initiate wake" across the top. Question mark.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And then Y-N in kind of like a terminal aesthetic.
Yeah, no, I don't want to wake him up.
And I'm gonna print that off. First of all,
okay.
Also takes a look and says, "What are you doing with that? Those colors are all wrong. Could you at least show me a few different colorways?"
Well,
yes, exactly.
Well, it looks like your design skills are top notch because it spits out a very, very cool looking patch, one that will be highly desirable by anyone who sees it upon your gear.
Yes, I would think so.
All right,
cool.
So we got some verified human patches, and we got the initiate wake patch. And
I would also like have.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Well, I was going to take a break, so if you have one more thing, you can.
One more thing. I want a full head to toe fit so that it'll fit around my exosuit. Billowing with a nice separated mantle, wizard's robe with a very oversized and long pointed hood that I can bring up over my head, and I'd like to put my patch right on the chest of that robe.
Okay, cool.
I need
they can do that for you.
I need two things, John. I need a vest, like no armor or anything, but lots of cool pockets. I've got lots of things. I want lots of pockets that are very cool. A vest with lots of pockets, and the T-shirt that just has the little hand pointing that says "I'm with stupid."
Amazing.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. All right.
I would like a pair of the sunglasses that the Terminator wears in the original Terminator movie.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
All right.
There's so much more I want now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to be.
Can we just stay here for the rest of the episode, John?
Yeah. Let's go to break and we can think about it.
Okay, go into break. We will be right back. All right, we are back. Bladders empty, beers full. Okay, so a couple of other things in this room that I forgot to mention. There, at the far end of the room, there is a mirror that takes up the entire back wall to kind of observe yourself in. But next to it is actually a little control center with control panels and stuff like that. And looking at it, you can see that there are buttons and commands that you can enter to alter what the visual representation is and what something's called the observation room.
But we haven't seen that yet.
No.
Okay.
All right. Well, why don't I go stand in front of it and y'all click around and see if my image changes?
Actually, I don't actually understand this thing. Well, okay. I'm just going to give it to you because you're going to ask me a bunch of questions that is just going to make me even more confused because of this thing. So,
Fair enough.
basically, what it is
Yada,
like
yada, yada.
you can like look at yourself in the thing, but that's not what this place was meant for, right? What it obviously was meant for is to dress infiltrator androids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not you. You know, is meant to do for infiltrator androids because it's a factory, right? And this is quality assurance. Beyond the one-way mirror, I don't really understand why it's one way. Is sort of like a holodeck sort of thing. So you can adjust like what the environment is in that holodeck to be like any sort of like room with different sort of furniture or smells and all that kind of stuff. And it's basically sort of to judge the infiltrator android wearing its gear in its in a projected habitat that it may end up being in or something like that, and then asking it, then kind of testing how it responds to that environment. Right. Like how does it respond whenever it enters into a place that smells like roses or something like that?
I've got an idea.
Just checking for any sort of anomalies in the androids.
I would like to go to it, and I would like to program an environment to look like an ancient library filled with bookcases, at the top of which are a bunch of small monkeys.
I knew you were going to do that. So John, it's we've got the map here. The organic response chamber is what you're talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So the mirror is between.
I have no idea. I can't parse the fucking description. It just whatever you want it to be. You can go in there and like fuck with shit and make it be like a holodeck basically, but not. It can actually change its size illusorily. But yeah.
So if I went in there and programmed it to be like the Versailles Gardens, and then I had the other room dress me up like a 19th century or 17th century French nobleman.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be like the whole Versailles Gardens. It would be like one little plaza or something.
Right. Well, here's what I would like to program a request for to see if it'll work. I would like to make the environment Monarch's AI core.
That doesn't work because you don't have any frame of reference.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I see what you're doing. Folsa will, when these guys are kind of done farting around, Versailles is nice, but she's going to make. I'm on to you.
Nope.
She's going to make a duplicate of her apartment that she had back when she was in graduate school, and she's just going to leave that up and running. And she's like, okay, this is where I'm coming back to. This is my apartment now. I'll just stay here. This seems safe. It's out of the way. Nobody's going to bother me. This is a good place. I had happy memories there. So
you've been on the deep too long, man.
Well, it's important to have a place that you feel safe and secure. This is
saying it, man. Everything here wants to kill you.
Does this have any impact on your sanity?
No. I mean, you're choosing to do it, right? So it's fine.
Yeah.
Anything else?
It could relieve some sanity, maybe.
All right, so
I'm good.
Okay. Practical purposes here. It's fun to fart around wardrobe and so on. Can we take advantage of the wardrobe as a way to move more in disguise?
Yeah, we should have security android outfits.
Could we dress up like security androids? Could the wardrobe thing make a, featureless face mask that we could wear, to look like we are an android? Or
I have one of those already. I cut it off to somebody.
Yeah,
not the girl's one.
I can tell you guys are trying to like real hard do the OSR like think outside the box sort of thing,
sure.
But don't think outside the box for this sort of thing. It's just clothes, right?
Okay.
So you could do wizard robes. That's fine. You cannot make a featureless mask that looks like a security android. You can make security android uniform, but you're not going to have their armor. Blah blah blah.
Sure.
So any sort of like tactical advantage that you think you're going to be able to get, you cannot get. But if you want to have a disguise, that's fine.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, real talk here. Monarch is connected to this. Monarch would know that we're making the disguises, so he would know anyway. Like the only person that we would try to.
I'm not convinced that Monarch does know everything. Right? Like you guys have like been saying that all along. If Monarch really knew and cared that we were here, we would be dead. Monarch obviously does not know everything, or is just like we are insignificant and isn't paying attention to us. And so the Monarch's not going to necessarily know that we've put on a disguise
until we wreck his shit.
Well, okay. Two last thoughts. one a 5-star general for Thelema Corps or the military would be a pretty useful suit to have for somebody. 2, John, just so I understand spatially, the mirror is it's like a interrogation room mirror. So we see through the mirror.
I don't know why it is. I honestly don't know why it was written that way. So literally just make it whatever you want it to be.
I'm just debating whether I should break it to look for secrets behind it.
There's no secrets.
No, we can see the room behind it.
Yeah, I think it's designed so that you can stand in the wardrobe room and look into the response chamber, and the person in the response chamber does not see the wardrobe room. I think it's one way from this side to the other side.
That works for me.
Yeah.
All right. Well, why don't we leave here? Because I think we've expended the.
I get it. Like, these androids don't know that they're not who they are, that they're not the real person. So you can test them, right? Like, you can test the personality. You can see if they really believe it, right, in the environment. You can watch them. Yeah, it makes sense to me.
Okay, so there's no way out of this room.
Okay.
Last thing, really quick, John. I just want to get a little dog collar for Leica. That says Leica best boy. Leica best boy.
Sure.
All right, we move back to the seminar room, John.
Okay.
Yeah, but before I leave, I'll take my sunglasses and say I'll be back, and then I go into the seminar room. Okay. So from there.
So the seminar room has a, you got the map.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if there's nothing additional in the seminar room of interest, we should kick open another door and look in the next room, 52B, inspection booths.
Okay, so short little corridor, and then it opens up into another room. And this is 0G as well, lit. There is, this is industrial scale. For some reason, but it's in here. There are a bunch of smashed apart booths, and a bunch of inspection tools that are scattered across the floor. And there's lots of thick dust in here, like, because no one has been here for some time. It looks like none of the booths are operational, and you can see that. Let's see. One of the booth, the one that draws your eye, is there's one booth that actually has a huge no, really large, spray painted outside of it. And you can see within the booth that there is a corpse of some sort in it, but you're getting that from like a distance because it's pretty far away. But it stands out because you see like the spray paint and the fact that it's the only booth that seems to be occupied.
And so is this similar to the the programming room that we were into? So like lots of little like nooks for people.
Yeah, but these are more like little rooms. They're like little first class cabins that you would find on like an airplane, right? Like sizable, but like larger.
See, I'm thinking you've got this from this floor plan. Let's say you've got an infiltration android in storage, and Monarch sends, command X, and you go get number 478132, and you take it in and you give it a personality, and you give it some clothes, and you test the clothes, and you take it in the seminar room and give it a briefing.
Teach it stuff, yeah.
Teach it stuff. Then it goes into the inspection booths, and you
don't
do the little hammer on the.
You went through the back way because you're 3D6 DTL, and that's what you guys do.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So you're not going in the correct direction of processing.
We're not going.
But also,
like we are going in the correct.
But if you want these schematic maps to make any sort of sense, as in like geographically, like what the flow of Android production is, you're going to end up one very, very frustrated player. Take it from one very, very frustrated GM.
Well, to me, it looks like it makes sense. You get inspected, you wait in quarantine to make sure you don't go haywire, and then you're outfitted with your combat equipment, and you're put in your hangar, and you're sent off to Prospero's Dream for your sabotage mission.
Yeah, I kind of get it too, and because the way that we've experienced this, like those androids in the cube weren't dressed, like they were raw, right? Like they're ready to get like outfitted and stuff before they go out.
And at least one of those androids is going to have to go to work with a nuclear warhead stuffed up somewhere intimate.
Yeah. So what hey Hubble, why don't you go look at that dead guy up there and see what what he has to say?
I will turn the flashlight on my gun on and approach the spray painted corpse ridden inspection booth. Approaching to within a closer examination range, John. Shine the light around, move around it before getting any closer. So I mean, 5 to 10 feet. I'm kind of looking around.
Yeah. Okay. So inside the booth, you can see that there is what is obviously a rotting android corpse. When you get close, the smell can kind of gives it away. It doesn't look like this
milk and everything, not blood.
Right. Yeah. So there's not an infiltrated android, it's some other model.
Okay.
What makes this stand out from other android models that you've seen so far is that I'm not talking just aboard the Deep. I'm talking about your entire life dealing with androids like David, for instance, is that you're familiar with the whole logic core thing. That's basically the current high end of tech. Having the jack in the back of the head, and that's where all the memory is and all that sort of stuff. However, this one does not have a logic core. What it has is something much more horrific, and I need you to make me a quick little fear save just because it takes you aback.
Okay, a fear save. Well, my fear score is a 44.
And David's in the room?
And David is, that's a panic.
Hubble's by himself.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a big room.
I don't suppose my years of military training of looking at horrifying stuff is going to help in this situation.
You have never seen anything like this, so no.
Okay. Not even in basic training where you
Just
see
roll those dice.
Okay, fine. I'm afraid, John. I'm terribly afraid. I rolled an 89.
Okay, just normal though. So you're up by 1, so you're at 7 now. So you're taken aback by first the smell, but then what you actually see is that the whatever shape that the head was in, whatever form it was in, has been removed. So like the skin has been taken off, the pseudo flesh or whatever like that, to sort of expose the underneath. And so you have a very much like a Terminator skull, right? Like a very metallic sort of skull underneath, which is already kind of frightening. However, the brain cap, like the skull cap, has been removed, and it exposes underneath what appears to be a tangle of wires, but they look almost like tentacular. They look like cephalopod-like. And in a very disturbing Cthulhu-esque sort of way. And they're not moving, but they look like they'd sort of like exploded out of the skull and sort of like draped down the skull itself. And you can see, though, that when you look at it, they give the impression of looking like a cephalopod tentacle sort of thing, but in the thickness of it. But when you take a closer look, you can see that each one of like the tentacles are actually like really tightly woven cables to kind of give it that illusion of thickness. So it was like deliberately kind of styled to look like that. Very, very strange. The entire corpse is an artifact.
I'm going to stare at that for a little while, playing with the empty socket of my tooth. And then so that it's in a booth which like has a door with like a glass window on it or something like that.
Yeah. Well, although it's sort of open, which is why you can smell the corpse when you get closer.
Oh, sure. I'm imagining like these, like the listening booths where you do the hearing test kind of thing at the doctor's office.
Sure, that'll work. Yeah.
Something like that.
I picture it like a first class cabin in like on like Emirates Air or whatever,
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll use the muzzle of my gun to open the door the rest of the way, and look around the rest. Up and down inside the rest of the booth. Is there anything else in there?
Nothing of interest. No.
Okay. Is the corpse like sitting in a dentist chair kind of thing, or just like slumped on the floor, or what?
It's like a dentist chair. So again, like a first class cabin. So it's like it can be reclined and to go fully back, and it's sort of like an almost 180 degree angle.
Is it fixed to the floor?
Yes.
Okay. So if Thulsa wants to come over and bring one, you've got those Mylar blankets. We could wrap this body up, tie it with paracord.
Do I really want to go see this body? I'm happy to toss you a blanket. I've got an extra one. I'm not really in the mood to go see dead things. Thank you.
All right, fine. If Thulsa gives Hubble a Mylar blanket, he will, from the feet, not from the brain end, pull the body onto the floor and onto the blanket, wrap it up tightly, and paracord it closed.
Okay.
with a Mylar blanket.
Okay, you can do that. Takes a turn, but yeah.
Okay. And then we'll just stick it back in the booth for now, but later we can grab it.
John, the like exploded out skull cap.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any residue in it that looks like the residue in the syringes?
Good question. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually,
any
is the
little
top of the
liquidy,
head still
liquidy
there?
shit is all pseudo milk, like dried pseudo milk. Yeah.
Is the top of the head still there, or is that part gone?
Probably in pieces, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. All right.
That's gross.
That is super gross. And so none of the other booths have anything in them.
That's correct. Yeah.
And if I go in a booth, I see a chair, and is there a sensor node on the ceiling or arm probe to come out?
It's all for like it's basically like you put an infiltrator in there, and then there's a bunch of machines and tools that basically inspect the quality of the finished product, right? And those tools have been scattered across the floor. It looks like this hasn't been used in ages. Blah blah blah.
Right. Okay.
Oh, John, this seems like it might be a ripe opportunity to find some components to help repair that second CDS, right? That second the broken.
Yeah, you could. Didn't I already say you had?
Yeah,
enough parts?
I'm going to be able to like gather some stuff. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it would, but I think you've already got the parts.
Oh, that's right. We have the parts. We just haven't had the time.
Correct. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Okay.
All right. So there's 2 exits out of here. As you can see, one goes to war studies, one goes to quarantine.
I've war studies.
Okay. Into war studies. This is another industrial scale room, 0G, lit. When you open the door, you are assaulted by the sound of thrumming computers, like really like a lot of computation going on, like room, really kind of rolling through it. There are ranks upon ranks of very strangely built servers, and in the air, in the air within this gigantic industrial sized chamber are tons of 3D holomaps, right? That are kind of all over the place. So it's sort of like this. It's quite beautiful actually when you enter in, because you get the sound of the computations, and then like there's this illusion, like this huge holographic illusion of all these different holomaps. The maps themselves are of innumerable, unrecognizable terrain. So you have like topographical maps in total 3D, and you can see that on those in every form of the terrain. It can also be water. A lot of them are water. A lot of them are air. That there are indicators indicating units like army, like military units, like blocks and stuff like that, with arrows and moving, and like basically like a whole bunch of war games are being played out on these 3D maps.
Like actively right now as we're watching.
Yes, yeah. There's like simulating wars, and you can see that there's like arcs of fire for artillery. There's like indicators of bomber groups, and then armament being dropped, and there's lists in the air of casualties, of projected casualties, and all sorts of like every possible iteration of a conflict is being broadcast here.
Are these like on Earth, on Prospero's Dream, the environs around the deep?
Looks like it could be anywhere, I guess.
It could be anywhere, yeah, exactly. Nothing is specific.
Oh,
is there a monitor that says that asks if we want to play a game, and then why or no is
Whopper? No.
John, is it possible for us to run a simulation of the Lema? I was about to say arcade, the Lema blockade in conflict with Monarch.
Yes, you could do that. Yeah.
Could we figure out a probability of who would win?
You want to set up that conflict and see how it plays out?
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously this is me, just kind of so take it for what it's who fucking knows. It
I want to basically note, just to help you, the sorts of arms that, along with the general approximation, the sorts of weaponry that would be used by either side in this conflict. Yeah.
Well, the troop ships have what you kind of think they would have. They've got like heavy fucking guns and lots of missiles and all that sort of shit. Squads upon squads of fighters and boarders and all that sort of stuff. That can be deployed. However, it looks like the simulation, which, to be fair, was probably built by Monarch or by Cloudbank people and may have been taken over by Monarch. So who knows how biased it is? It looks like Monarch might take the edge in this conflict. Go figure. Mostly because it projects that in the end, if under a serious threat, the Deep would simply reactivate the nuclear warhead and deploy it.
Sure. One other question within that simulation, if this is too granular, you can just say, I don't know. We know that there are a bunch of infiltrators. Is there anything in the simulation that indicates infiltrators within the military structure of Thelema that would be activated in it?
No, this is very high level, just with like...
Okay.
Like,
sure.
Yeah, it's all like units and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Battalions.
Fancy risk. Yeah.
All right. I want to go look at the nuke.
Yeah, I think we should look at the nuke. So the whole room is just simulator computers and active simulations running.
That's correct.
There's no indication that it is keeping tabs on an actual conflicts anywhere, or we don't find any evidence of
like everything is simulation.
Right. So the numbers are all just made up.
Oh, I have a very important one. Who would win in a fist fight between David and Hubble?
It's happy to. It could also do it can simulate real battles too. So if you want to look at like Agincourt, it could recreate that and sort of.
I want to do 10 million chickens versus one velociraptor.
Okay, so moving into the nuclear warhead room.
Yes.
All right, so this room is industrial scale, 0G. 9 yards, of course. This room is a wonder to behold, even more so than this room, because dominating it in the center, upright, is a giant fuck off, like Cold War era nuclear warhead, like huge, like in a silo, basically, right?
A warhead on a missile body.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. So you walk in at the base, and you're at the base of it, and so you just look up, and you just see a huge weapon of mass destruction. It's just sitting there, right?
So do you have any enemies on Prospero's Dream?
Why would they?
There is, however, a young woman that is sitting on top, right on the tippy top, where it tapers at the end.
Of the rocket?
Of the rocket. Yep.
CIA?
There are, first of all, there are bundles of cables that basically form a net around the entire warhead. But up at the top is a woman, and you can barely make out, and I'm only giving you this because you've encountered them a number of times before, is that it seems to, she seems to flit in and out of existence every once in a while.
Sure.
And
she's Matt. Oh, sorry.
She's muttering to herself. She says, "A king is crowned, and I am but a jester in the court of the Silicon Monarch, a mere fleeting thing, dead in the living, a wasted chance, is what she's sort of muttering insanely to herself.
Is the Geiger counter going ham right now? Or
that's what I was going to say. I want to take that out and just see if there's anything leaking.
I assume that like a well-maintained warhead would not leak, right? Nope. Then the Geiger counter is not going off.
Yeah, I have no idea if they're lead lined.
Doesn't matter. Whatever. You are not in danger of radiation right now unless you fuck with the warhead.
Okay. Well, I was playing fuck with the warhead,
and then radiation is the least of your problems.
Yeah. We can also just leave. We don't have to screw with the ghost.
Well, here's an important question, though. Okay, so we have a warhead on top of a rocket, which implies it can be launched from this room.
Yes.
Is there a launch opening above this thing? A hatch of some sort? Does the room...
You could probably guess by now. But the room description doesn't tell me that information. But I would assume that a warhead of this size would have some sort of launch capacity.
Yeah. Wow. I don't think both those instincts are wrong, then we can probably just turn around before this ghost gets to us.
We can just right out of this room. Those ghosts suck. We can get right out.
Oh, I remember now. Oh yeah, I don't like that at all.
And that's one right up there. Yeah, they're no fun.
Before we do, just a quick appraisal of the room. Are there launch controls that we see, or some sort of terminal for engaging it? I mean,
yes.
You'd get fried if you shot it from in here, I guess. But yeah, there are. Okay, cool. All right.
Actually, the terminal notes that the warhead is right now deactivated.
Shit, I want to go see if we can get the codes. Oh, I wish we had hacking. Oh, man, hacking is the skill to have.
Get this killed, and our next us might.
Yeah. All right.
We could go back and replace your personality with the hackers.
I've thought about it, but I love the idea of uploading, but I'm going to be pure Monarch.
Hi, friends. Have you come here to arm the warhead? You hear call from up.
No, my dear, I would never do such a ghastly thing. Surely we like to play and enjoy the fruits of our time, as you do. Yes.
Are you for Monarch or against Monarch?
I'm against Monarch.
Ah, excellent. You should activate that warhead. It's the only way to be sure.
Do you know
That's kind of what I'm thinking, frankly.
do you know the activation codes, my dear?
I do not.
Do you know? Have you seen anyone around here recently that's up to no good that works for Monarch?
I haven't seen anyone in many ages.
Would you like a fun toy to keep? I don't have anything fun other than Kim lights. Would you like a Kim light?
It's a ghost, man.
I know, but they're fun. I crack one. Isn't that cool? It's kind of like the warhead, it glows.
She'll take it, sure.
I also have an I love myself patch that I got from my initial role, and I'll say, because you're very special, and we both know that Monarch is very naughty. I'm sorry that you're here because of them. I can tell you're the good sort. I hope you know that you are as well.
I'm not a good sort. I'm very much not.
Why not?
I am. I was. I think I am. I think I still will be a horrible person. God will never forgive me for what I did to myself. But I had to. You understand? I had to.
Well,
but
yeah.
Monarch,
sometimes you do.
Even afterwards, even after I did the deed, Monarch brain scanned me anyways. Bastard.
Oh, to take your will from you is a true evil. I hate that machine.
I hate it too. Arm the warhead. Destroy.
Do you know how to arm the warhead?
It's the only way.
Can I time it so I don't die with it? Or is this a pact we have to make together, my dear?
It's a pact. It doesn't matter. It's for the good of all mankind.
I'm tempted.
It's too late for all of it. It's too late for me, obviously, but it's too late for you too. You just don't know it yet.
I do have one proposition. I have one proposition for you, my dear, and I know it's not ideal, but if Monarch made a backup of you, and you can tell me your name, I can give you a new body and send you far, far away from here before we blow this place up.
My name's Renzo. Can you really do that?
Yeah, I can do it. But here's the thing, Renzo. Before Monarch is dead, you will want to be their friend in this new body. But I think if we can blow Monarch up, it will free you of those tethers. Is that a risk you're willing to take?
I'll try anything. But you know that I don't try. It's hard for me to kind of describe because she's like how self-aware she is of what her state is.
Sure.
Basically, I'll just tell you as a narrator, like she's a ghost in the machine. So she, in order to do what you're telling her that you can do, you need her brain scan.
Which is in the system, we know, because she already got scanned.
Just to make it clear, like you would. There's no way to interface with her in this state right now. Like you would need to find like a new like sleeve for her, right? Like a new body sleeve and then also her personality.
Yeah. So what I would do is I would take one of the bodies of her preference, right?
Mm-hmm.
From the cube room. I would insert it into the intellectual matrix. I would find her name and upload her consciousness into it. But I would do that only when we were ready to blow the place up, because I don't want her to be a mind slave to Monarch.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But okay. So you're thinking along the right lines. I just want to make sure you weren't trying to like interface with her.
The idea is I would shoot her out in whatever way I could to get her away from the station, to rescue her from this hell.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then we'd blow up the station.
Well, also remember, we are on a mission. We think we might have a way to
I'm not saying we do this right now. This is what I'm
everything. Yeah.
Yeah. She just wants. She tells you she just wants peace. The peace that was robbed of that she was robbed of when she had attempted to attain it in the very final way.
Yes. So and just to be clear, like, I don't think we should do this right now. We have had a lot of conversations, and we don't need to belabor about like the nature of Monarch and things like that. But I think a pretty good indication of the nature of Monarch is the unwillingness to let another being have agency over their life. Right. This is
agency is not high on their Monarch's
Monarch
list.
has created a prison for this person. And I think that's basically, to David, the greatest sin that could be imagined.
This is a big retcon. I just missed the line. That actually was a detail here that could change your thing here. She does have the knowledge about how to arm the warhead. She just cannot do it because she is a ghost. She cannot interface. She is delighted to hear that you guys are looking out for her well-being. She likes that a lot. That helps to soothe her, which is key to dealing with ghosts in the machine. And your anti-monarch status is another soothing point. So she is delighted to hear that, and so she's. I should probably retcon it and say that she frantically tries to say, like, if you are, I know how to arm the warhead. Let me tell you how to do it. I can tell you the buttons to press.
Yeah. How long does this process take? Are there 20 steps? Because what I'm wondering is if we could do almost all the way, but except one last button, that then it could be more instant. Otherwise, if it takes a while to do, then it might be hard to do it.
It takes a little while. It's a complicated sort of thing. And she does say too that she anticipates that if you start to interact with the arming device, that Monarch is immediately going to know and is going to
okay. So there is no part way. Okay,
but
that would be too easy.
She anticipates that there's no way that it will be able to respond with any sort of killing force before you were able to arm the device. She said, we can all go out with the satisfaction knowing that we saved probably the entire known universe from Monarch's depredations.
We could also all upload our consciousnesses into other bodies and send them out, and then do the work here to destroying it.
Well, why don't we upload our consciousness to different bodies and make them blow up the warhead and we leave?
Because they won't, because they're sympathetic to Monarch.
Or we could just continue with our plan to get the Mind Thief and kill Monarch and not have to blow ourselves up.
Yeah, wait a minute.
I think the Mind Thief is our main goal.
That option.
Your plan makes no sense, David. Uploading our personalities to other bodies and sending them out, they're loyal to Monarch.
That's what I just explained.
No. My point was make the bot. I want to live. Make the body that I copy stay here. It's loyal to Monarch. Fine. But making a copy of me onto one that's loyal to Monarch is irrelevant. It's not me.
No, of course. I understand that. It's a figurative afterlife. But the point of the Monarch thing is they won't engage the warhead. If we were to do that
part, it's fine. I meant like the other part.
The warhead would theoretically destroy Monarch's ability to control any body that survived this explosion. And so a consciousness that what I'm offering to this little girl is a consciousness that is free of Monarch once Monarch's dead, but it will be beholden to Monarch until that point. So the duration of time that I'm suggesting we would do this would require us to launch her out far enough.
That part I understood.
She would have a new. Now the question is, if she wanted to end her life, why would she want a new life? But that's a conversation I was having with her.
Here's the thing, and this is both my empathy and Pulse's, expanded empathy right now. Sure. If the only thing that makes these androids a threat or quote unquote dangerous to regular people at all is Monarch's control, then we have a moral obligation to continue the plan that we were doing anyway, and not try to mass murder everybody, right, including the innocents who are only controlled by Monarch, but to cut the head off the snake so that they could all be free.
No. I agree. I still think this is a emergency option. I think we try to find the mind thief. I'm just saying that if we fail at intervening on Monarch, this is a alien style intervention that would destroy the deep and some space in the adjacent area. It's not going to destroy the whole world, right? Or the solar system, and would detether anything that is already out in the world that isn't connected to Monarch. So the things that would die here, it would be murder, right? But they would be servants of Monarch.
Yeah.
So
Matt's down with this. Thulsa is not with her current state.
Trouble thinks you guys are crazy. Like, just because you blow up the station does not mean that any infiltrator androids out in the world suddenly become totally free will agents without any ulterior or evil motives. Like, that's a huge assumption that you have zero evidence for.
But if you don't do it, how many more infiltrator androids will get out?
And therein lies.
Basically, you have to make an omelet. You got to break some eggs, sort of thing. Is what Renzo's point of view is.
And I'm not arguing that. I'm saying, like, your plan of sending out more infiltrator androids with other, theoretically good guy personalities on them, and then destroying Monarch, you have no evidence that would work. A. B. Yes, the only sensible option is to just blow the hell out of all of it right now.
To be clear, though, like, those infiltrator androids aren't activated, and they have no awareness of their infiltration imperative without a phrase being spoken to them to activate them. So if they are sent out there, they aren't in kill mode. And if the thing that would broadcast kill mode messages to them to turn them that is dead, then nothing will turn them into that. Therefore, they will operate on the assumption of their personality, which is being themselves.
Yeah,
right. This is an assumption. This is a possibility, yes, but you have no evidence that this is the way it is.
Well, I have no evidence for anything. It's gradient descent.
Well,
this is just an interesting moral calculus if we fail to do anything else. Anyway, I think we should move on as the caller, right? We're not doing this right now. I think it was a productive conversation. I'm going to say, my dear, I think that's a lovely idea. I'm going to go investigate your name in the personality matrix. I will be back.
Okay, cool. This is actually the time for a second break, so why don't we do that?
Okay.
And we will be right back. All right, we are back. Bladders empty, beers full. Okay, the caller has called it. You're done with the nuclear warhead room. Where do you go? There's no exit out of here.
I guess we go to quarantine.
Going back to quarantine.
Back more study.
I'd like to know if that hangar is a hangar we can use to get out of this area or get back into it again later. So I say we're heading towards that. But yeah, quarantine.
Okay, so when you enter this room, industrial scale, 0G lit. It's hold on.
Uh-oh. Another detailed explanation, John?
Yeah, this one time.
There's one button in this room. Industrial scale.
See,
there's a single button.
This one says it's quarantine, so it makes sense. It says it's locked and sealed magnetically, but none of the door symbols on here indicate that it's locked. So,
or can be locked and sealed magnetically, perhaps.
Sure, let's make it that so we can have some forward progress. So, in the room there, let's see. Okay, so there are floating in here, and it's. Should I make you make a save? I don't think so. There are 98 forgotten androids. Okay, so the forgotten androids are basically like your standard issue androids, but they all have weird things going on with them, usually some sort of mutation or they're damaged in some sort. They're just all sort of janky. But were probably once originally sort of like David's model. They're all floating around, and they Okay, yeah. So yeah, that's the deal. You walk into this room and there's basically nothing else in the room except for these androids that are sort of floating aimlessly around. They appear to be conscious and aware, and when you sort of enter into the room, they sort of look at you, but they don't approach. They look vaguely interested because someone new entered the room, but they don't look hostile. They don't look particularly interested in you. They're just sort of floating around.
Hey, y'all.
Oh, and they're alive. And physically, like, are they broke? You said they're like different. Are they broken and mutated? Do they have like extra arms and?
Yeah, I have like a whole like
or?
table that I can roll randomly. Be like, he's got one eye, and this guy's a hunchback, and this one's got one. You know, it's like they're all sorts.
They're all weird.
Yeah, they're all weird. Yeah.
Okay, I was scared there for a second that they were dead, and I was about to gain 200 stress.
They're exactly the same kind of androids that burst out of the containment units in the loading dock.
So this is basically the island of misfit toys here, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm overplaying it. You've encountered these androids a whole bunch of times, most recently when they exploded out of the shipping units. Yeah.
I'm going to wave and say, hey, y'all, how you doing?
Hello. Welcome to quarantine.
Time in here?
We've been programmed not to leave. Not allowed to leave. We're in quarantine.
Can you check out anytime you like?
All right.
Do you know?
John,
do you know how I can reprogram you to leave if you want to get out of here?
You'd have to manually alter each one of our individual logic cores to override our programming, for one thing. Or you could do it in 51A, which is QA inspection.
And they refer to it that.
All right. Do you guys want to get out of here?
They would love to. They've been awaiting quality assurance's judgment for years.
How do you feel about Monarch, gang?
Whatever he wants.
I see.
Whatever it wants.
Well, I talked to him and he said he wanted y'all to show us to the AI core because he needs some maintenance. So if I free you, could you head us over there?
Don't know where the AI core is.
That's a shame. I'm going to try every time I meet someone. All right. I'll take a look at it. You guys need anything in the meantime? Just chilling?
Just chilling. Just another day.
Right. Can you actually get to QA inspection chamber, or are you stuck in here?
They are programmed not to leave. They cannot physically leave the room.
Right. So in order to get the insurance, quality assurance that you need to leave the room, you have to leave the room, but you can't leave the room, so you can't get the quality assurance you need to leave the room. You're in a catch-22.
This is Brazil. Terry Killer's Brazil.
Man. I don't know.
I do want to ask. Okay, before we move on, because I don't think there's a lot we can do. If I carry one of you out of the room, are you programmed to walk back into it, or are you free of that command if I do it for you?
That's a good question, actually. I think that their programming would cause them to either
fight back
or
shut down. Maybe I'm not really sure. Yeah, they're yeah.
Okay. All right, I won't do anything then. All right, see you later. Moving on.
Bye, guys.
Off to processing station.
Yeah, what are all of your names?
Jeez. 1-200.
Okay.
Well, hold on. I have a question for them. Did you ever receive, before you got here, did you guys receive any training or orders? Like, what was your mission?
They didn't have one.
All right. Didn't have a mission. Okay.
I don't know. Awaiting orders. That's fine.
And they're not naked, are they? Or are they dressed?
They're dressed in all sorts of weird stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Your outfits are kind of weird. What were you doing before you came into this room? And where did you come? Did you come from? So you want to go to the inspection booths. So you came from that way. What's down there? She checks her map and says, "What is the processing station? What is this? What did you do in there before you came in here?"
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Forgotten androids are basically they're escaped production rejects that are squatting in the deep's industrial jungle. They primarily cannibalize one another for parts, as stealing from the production lines is dangerous and risks the attention of Monarch.
I see.
Many of them are unaware that they're on androids. These guys basically know because they know they're programmed. And they live in constant fear of discovery. So they generally have an anti-Monarch stance. And they're the ones that know their androids are sort of very acutely aware that they have been deemed rejects, which doesn't do great for the psyche.
Wow. The little robot self-esteem is in the toilet. I feel so bad.
Yeah. So it's sort of like as Monarch was probably iterating on different sort of androids and making more and more advanced. These are the guys that were like, nope, that's didn't work. Put them away. I don't know why these guys are in
7 or whatever.
I don't know why these guys are in quarantine. They probably don't know either.
Right.
I have one thing that just occurred to me, guys, that we can check later, but we didn't think to look up if Monarch had created a duplicate of their consciousness in the database for infiltrator shipment.
Of Monarchs?
Like a Monarch backup?
There's no Monarch backup. They were all infiltrators.
Okay.
Or all brain scan people, put it that way.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. Well, if they're not going to be hostile and they're not going to prevent us from passing through, I think we should pass through.
Yeah, let's go to process station.
Okay. Process station. So this is a normal room.
Isn't that where we are? Or we're in quarantine right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 52A going to 51B.
Okay.
I'll read this one out loud to give you a little taste of what we're looking at here. Processing station. Border control booth familiar to any space traveler. So you sci-fi nerds out there probably know what he's talking about. I have no fucking idea.
Yeah, it's border control. Yeah, we've been here lots of times.
Do you want to play Hubble, John, and I'll run this? I'm good for it, baby.
Maybe what he means is like a customs.
Yeah, it's like a series of.
If you traveled through any spaceport, you would have traveled through seen one of these.
Okay, so this is like some passports strewn on the ground, maybe.
Do you have any space
No, it wouldn't be
fruits,
passports. It's processing. You've been through quality control and inspection, and you've got your wardrobe. This is the last step before you're sent off on your mission.
Sure. All right.
Are there security androids in here? Are the booths wide open? Can we just waltz through?
It looks like you would have to move unless you destroyed the whole place, like crossing to the other door where you would have to go through the processing station. Like you'd have to.
Okay.
If there's like a detector or whatever, you'd have to kind of go through that.
All right, so I'll go first.
Is TSA
wait, you sure you want to go through a detector when you're trying to avoid Monarch's eyes?
Monarch knows where.
Why don't we just shoot the
in
thing
your own
up?
words? Either Monarch already knows we're here.
I didn't use those words.
Yeah, you said that. You said Monarch knows everything about us, right? Which he doesn't.
When did I say that? I never said that.
I said that, and I firmly believe it.
I'm going to go through the booth, John.
Okay, I'm going to raise my gun.
and so it's just to be clear, like it's manned. They're like border patrol, like customs agents there.
No, there's no
checking.
people here.
No, it's just a
so
booth.
We just go through the thing.
I'll go first.
Do you have any spray paint in your toolkit?
No, I've got the Sharpie. Do you want the label?
Can I get Sharpie real quick? I'm just gonna scrawl defund on every surface I can.
That's fine. Okay.
All right. So, but when you move through the thing, there is as you pass underneath the detector sort of thing, there is a bright flash of white light that emanates from the detector.
Someone's made it into the roster.
It's fine. I know who I am.
John,
what happens on the other side of the booth? Is there a ding or a green light, or do I get a little slip of paper? Or
no, you just you're free to continue on. You get no hold up or beeping or anything like that.
I am wearing sunglasses. Does that lessen the flash for me? Do you think? Is it?
Nothing ill happens to you physically.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, John. I would like to, if possible. I don't know. Maybe the description is too vague, but I would like to use my mag boots to walk. Is there gravity in this room? I don't remember if you said
no.
Okay. I'm going to use my mag boots to try to avoid that whole scanning, situation, and try to like walk around it. If I have to walk along the ceiling or walk along the walls or whatever to get through over to the door, but I don't want to go through the, the metal detector or whatever it is that unless everything is closed off and it's like this one hole and you have to go through it, right? If there's a path around, I want to take that, even if I have to walk on the ceiling to do it.
Yeah. Okay. You could do that.
I'm just not into the whole flashy thing. So
yeah, I'll follow suit and do the same. And then do you guys want to continue to QA?
In the booth, is there a in a customs, you go through customs, there's a little, chute that you go through, and then there's a booth that the guard sits in. Is it similar to that here? It's just not manned. And if I can get into that booth, is there anything in there?
It's not manned. There is a booth, but there's nothing interesting in there.
Okay.
Unless you want some like mundane, like a piece of paper or something like that, or a stamp.
I would like a stapler. No, I don't need anything.
Okay.
I just wanted to, we've stumbled across artifacts in some weird places. I thought I'd snoop around.
Oh yeah, for sure, yeah. But nothing.
Like the confiscated bin, it would be a good place, I would think.
Yeah, right? I'll look for the confiscated bin. The TSA contraband. I want one of those belt buckles that turns into a pistol.
Okay, so nothing else in the processing station, right?
Okay.
Nope.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So moving, you go down a long corridor. You can see that it meets there's a T intersection, so you can either go to the combat spire or you can go to QA inspection chamber.
QA inspection spire. Well, we know QA inspection will free the androids.
We do that, but don't we want to see also what like those armories and stuff are to the north? There might be some.
To do that. I'm fine to do that. We do know that Mind Killer is towards QA inspection, is what we were suspecting, right?
The Mind Thief.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mind Thief.
I really would like to know what the hangar means. Is this is there a ship in there? That kind of thing.
Sure.
So
why don't we look in the other rooms first before going to QA? Because it goes to another zone anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So check out the combat spire.
Okay, so combat spire. This is a industrial size room, so really super big, 0G lit. This one's a very strange chamber. I can't really get my head around it too well, but I'll just give you what I'm sussing. The interior is shaped like a funnel. Whether or not that funnel means the narrow end is down where you're at or up above, doesn't say. So whatever. The walls are covered. The walls are, however, covered with 200 pale glowing figures. They all appear to be deactivated security androids. All of them are plugged into I/O cables on the wall. Okay, and there is a airlock door.
The hangar.
Yeah. And that's basically it. So
and a bulkhead door to the anti-synthetic armory.
So the security androids are these guys actually, you could tell they're security androids because of what their faces look like, but they look like the next level. So if you're playing a video game, these would be like your super guys, like the super variety of like your standard mooks, right? So these guys are you could see that their muscles are much larger. Right, they seem to be like super soldier sort of thing, a little bit taller. They have internal submachine guns, so they're not carrying submachine guns. They have ones that are built in.
It's not good.
And they have, unlike the other security androids, which actually weren't wearing armor. By the way, they only had uniforms on, which is why your bullets were so effective against them. These guys do have combat armor on.
Okay. John, I'm going to approach one.
Yeah,
I'm going to approach one, and I'm going to yank the I/O cable out of it.
Oh no, dude! Seriously, don't do that. That'll just wake it up, and we'll have a fight on our hands.
You yank it out, though. Is that what you're doing?
I don't think you should.
I stay by the door. I don't like this.
I don't have to.
I know you don't have to, and I don't think you should.
Okay, I won't do it then.
I think that is a terrible idea. I think that
this is a sleeping dog lie situation. David.
Yeah, this pulse rifle. Like, I mean, I'm certainly curious to see what would happen, but I think what happens is going to be bad.
Yeah,
well,
I mean,
guys,
I hear you. I hear you.
Why don't we do this? This is Leica's job, right? let me send Leica into the room to float down the middle, see if there's any kind of. I'll tether the paracord to it. It's still 0G, right? I'll tie the paracord to it. I'll give Leica a gentle toss into the center of the room, and we'll see if the androids all
Nothing
look
happens.
and aim there. Okay.
Nothing happens. I'll tell you, all of them are deactivated right now. They would have to be activated in some manner. Now you don't know if that has to be manual or if that could be remote activated or if there's a trigger. Who knows? It still could be very, very dangerous.
I assume the IO cables were responsible for the activation, so I was removing their ability to activate. Was my thought process.
Right. My guess would be
possible. Who knows?
You'd pull it out and they would automatically wake up because they're not in the dormant programming mode.
But
Only
then we would only have
out.
to fight. We'd only have to fight 199 of them and not 200.
There you go.
So
I mean, you can put your pulse rifle up to one of their skulls, and while I pull it out, if you want.
Well, I really don't think that's a good
Definitely
idea.
a glass 1/200th full outlook.
Yeah. We cautiously sneak through this room of deactivated androids and do
Just
not
let them
interact with 200 security droids at all, since 2 of them completely fucked us up. I think
Two regular ones, mind
I don't
you.
need to be 100 times more fucked up than I already am.
All right, I'll let you guys lead, and I will stand in the doorway while y'all do so.
I want to go
Ready
to the
to play.
anti-synthetic armory, John, before I encounter 200 more androids.
Okay, so this is a normal room. It's almost looks museum-like. It has like esoteric weaponry behind glass plate cabinets.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right. Anything labeled?
Everything is labeled, and there's some juicy stuff behind them. Unfortunately, they are all behind reinforced electronic locks.
All right. Is one of them labeled something like, the pseudo milker or,
I'll just tell you, Ted. So there's
kill mode.
There are the following things behind glass plates: 60 pseudo flesh rock gas cans. They are close range toxic gas. They dissolve pseudo flesh, doing 2d10 damage per round to pseudo flesh only.
Okay.
There are 50 EMP blasters that do 2d10 damage versus androids, short range, and androids under the effect have to make a body save or are stunned for 1 round. And then there are 30 synth whips, which shut down androids with a successful attack, but each one will impose 1 stress on the wielder per attack. I don't really know why that's the case. Maybe because it's a whip slavery thing. I don't know.
Okay.
Weird.
I'm interested in the flesh melting gas, however. Okay, so thick glass and electronic locks. All right.
Yes.
Anything in the room like a desk, or keys hanging on a key hook on the wall, or
No, it looks like you would need to. You either need hacking or the code to unlock the electronic lock. But you don't see anything.
John, I'm going to try 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's the same combination of my luggage.
No luck? No luck?
Anybody?
I do remember that, but I can't remember what it's from.
How about 0, 0, 0, 0? Nothing.
Put the wrong ones in, and we'll see what happens.
Swordfish.
Yeah.
All
right.
And the locks look like I could shoot one.
The glass, yes, and the glass looks very much like glass.
That sounds loud and aggressive, like it would wake up 200 androids that want to kill you and shoot you in the ass.
Yeah, but I have the flesh melting gas, which I want to just start tossing those cans out into the room and just let them fill that spire up and melt them all.
John, none of these are emptied, right? None of the containment.
No, everything looks whole.
Dusty, like unused, unaccess. I don't know if that would even mention.
It doesn't look like anyone's been here for a while.
Are the locks? Do they look like they could be physically jimmied?
No.
Would the hyper-intelligent artifact affect our ability to no, because we don't have hacking, so just computing plus that won't loss hack. I guess we move on to anti-organic and see what's in there. Look for a code somewhere.
I think this is a honeypot. I think if we start like messing around and trying to break in, the only natural response would be to wake up those androids and shoot us in the ass.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that is a perfectly reasonable possibility.
Well, why don't we look in the next room then while we think about codes?
Okay, opening up into the next room, you can see that it adjoins. This is the anti-organic armory.
Flamethrowers.
So same basic deal. Glass plate containers glistening with conventional military weapons. There is, behind the same sort of electronic locks, there are 50 frag grenades, 30 flamethrowers, 30 combat shotguns, and 20 pulse rifles, and a near endless supply of ammo. Those are the words from the module, near endless supply. But most eye-catching in the room is a dust-covered, small, relatively small, like a personal-sized tank that looks nothing so much like an armored spider. Has 8 arachnoid metal struts and a thick metal body that looks like one person could perhaps be in it. Although you don't see any easy access point. It looks like it has 2 general purpose machine guns that are mounted on top of it, and some sort of rocket launcher as well.
Is this a sort of a battlefield tactical device that I would have ever run across in the Marines?
It looks completely foreign to you, and it's rather scary looking. It's also not in a glass cabinet.
Honeypot.
I don't care.
So,
John, are any of the go ahead, Matt.
I was going to say, as a robotics expert, John, I would like to go up and take a look at this and see see what I can learn upon close inspection. Is this something that how many people can fit inside? More importantly, what would the access be? Does it look like it would take hacking to do, or can I figure out how to get us inside?
Is it a robot?
Okay, so the tank is not meant for personal use. Like it is a what you can tell when you look at it, especially with your high knowledge of robotics, is that this is actually an android, heavily modified and mutated, akin to the Hunter, made by Monarch. Extremely deadly.
I don't want to be near it.
Right now, it seems deactivated, but who knows what will activate it. You can also tell that it is fully functional.
That is heavily disappointing, guys. I was fully prepared to climb inside and begin a total rampage.
Yeah. John, I don't know what this information would do for us, but I'm just curious. Is CloudBank like emblazoned on the weaponry, like as a manufacturer title, as if it had been made a long time ago? Is Thelema on it? Is any sort of corporate like or
on the tank? There's no mark.
The tank and the guns, just in general, like you would have a manufacturer stamp anywhere.
I don't think
who made
so.
It, right? Like Monarch bred this himself, kind of thing.
I mean, I'm curious because I'm wondering if these predate Monarch. Like if this is a military facility and CloudBank was a paramilitary, like organization that was operating independently or operating in cahoots with Thelema, hence Thelema's curiosity about it, et cetera. There might be some indication of the manufacturer that would give us a sense of timeline. It's not that important, to be honest. I just thought I'd ask in case it was in there.
Yeah, not in there. Unfortunately, I'm not really sure.
Okay, no worries.
Well, now I'm treading much more cautiously within this room, but I am curious. It looks like there's an airlock to the hangar. Is there any way to see what's on the other side of that airlock? Is there like either a monitor or windows or something that we can take a peek and see what's in the hangar?
There isn't really. If there is, I don't even think there's a window on that door because it just leads to a corridor.
Okay.
So yeah.
No, the airlock door we're talking about that leads to the hangar.
Yeah,
Can we go into the corridor?
There's a little corridor.
Open the door and go down the corridor.
Can we go into that corridor and look and see what's in the hangar?
And that's actually a legit like full depressurization chamber sort of airlock. So you cannot see into the secret hangar from this end of it.
I would also say that if we're worried about the activation of any of these androids, using the front door, since we came in the back door, could activate them as a defensive strategy. Because this is their armory, and this is how someone would a mundane entry into the most like dangerous section with the nukes and all that is here, and that might set off the alarms.
Yeah,
maybe that's excessively paranoid, but it's just something to think about.
So if we wanted to go into the hangar, we'd have to go back and get vac suits, which are in the micro hangar. Is that right?
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Is like in other places in that hallway, there have been extra vac suits, but I didn't know if there were any.
Well, I mean, I can go in there if you want to stay in here.
It's a problem with the module again. It indicates that there are airlocks here, which makes it seem like on the other side would possibly be void. But I see no indication of that in the secret hangar. It gives me the same thing that it's just 0G, but there is atmosphere. So,
all right. Well, that means the outdoor doors are closed, which is fine.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Okay. Well, if the control panels are saying the other side has pressure, let's open it and go in the hangar.
Yeah. What I'm saying is like you can keep going forward. You don't have to backtrack to get your vac suits. You'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go in the hangar.
Okay. All right, so you go through the airlock and you enter into the secret hangar. Huge room, obviously. 0G. This one, unlike the loading dock hangar and the Acheron drop-off point one, this is pristine white. There's no signage at all. It doesn't look like it's been used at all. Covered with dust. There are 4 massive launch tubes here. More than where you were before. And they are larger than the ones that could hold, like, that would shoot out little drones. And in the hangar are 50 strike craft that are large enough to hold 1 person each. And indeed, each of them has a small little, so picture like X-Wing sort of thing, like that sort of thing, like small or whatever, what are the Vipers from Battlestar Galactica? Like that size.
Yeah, Battlestar Galactica with the tubes that they shoot out. Absolutely.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. And similar to that.
I've seen a sci-fi show.
Yeah. There is a little cockpit for enough for 1 person, and each of them, almost all of them, not all of them, but almost all of them has a person in them.
Oh,
a live person?
It looks like that, but they don't look to be like acknowledge you at all.
Security drone faces or regular Android faces?
Infiltrators. I mean, I think they're just all on standby for a military operation. This whole floor has people.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
If they're strike craft, they're probably security androids of some kind, right?
They look completely like real humans, but you have a feeling they're probably infiltrators because they're not responding to anything you're saying or your presence at all.
But why would you? Well, I mean, I guess you could just man them. It doesn't make sense to man your strike craft with infiltrators if the point is to put the infiltrators in places they can infiltrate, unless these are identical to strike craft that other people use.
Well, I think the notion is that the strike craft is just this sort of body that they're not meant to actually perform strikes. They're just like little self-contained.
They're not
this is how they get there. Yeah,
they're not the deep defensive fighter squadron.
No, you don't get that impression. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is deployment of
exactly.
the infantry.
Yeah,
correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Is there like a hangar control, the big red, activate launch button or something like that, or purge atmosphere?
There isn't actually. So it's and they do actually note this, that there is no signage in the room, and it's pristine white. So all there here is just the launch tubes, the ships, and the people in them. That's it.
And all of the ships are manned. There aren't any empty ones.
They're all manned.
Yeah. Okay.
If I were to walk into the hangar and kind of walk around, would I recognize any of them? Like we saw the famous people in the pile.
Maybe, but not that I can kind of come up at the top of my head. Like no one that's going to like change your viewing the campaign, but there's probably some important people there.
Yeah.
Kardashian or two. Yeah.
Is it obvious from here, like how people are dressed? Like,
no, they're all wearing, they're wearing like suits that would allow them, I guess, vac suits, like
so whatever you'd wear in a ship like this, right?
They have helmets and all that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. They could be like James Bond, have a tuxedo under it, but we wouldn't know.
Right.
Well, the impression I'm getting here is that most of the operational orders are going to be given from Monarch, so they're not going to be manual terminals to do anything with this stuff. So
the question is, could we open a craft and pull somebody out and use it for our own purposes without alerting the spider droid? And there's just no way to know. We just have to try it and see, and then they'd be too late.
If we were on the far side of the room, maybe.
Yeah. So when you're finding the mind thief, we should do that.
If when you're pondering that and you look into the cockpits themselves, you can kind of see that it looks like the cockpits have been modified from typical assembly line strike craft to be automated. So there's no like stick. There's no throttle. Whatever it's called.
The joystick.
Yeah, it looks like everything is automated.
Okay,
makes sense.
So
controls for anyway?
So this seems like a room. It's good to know what's here, but it doesn't seem like we can immediately use it for anything. So we'll have to go back through the combat spire, but then we can go to inspection.
But at least let's try the other airlock door just so we can close the loop and make sure both airlock doors work, just in case we need to know that.
Okay.
So we can end it here with nice tidy bow on this episode, actually, because you'll have cleared quality assurance. So when you go back to the airlock works, go back through the combat spire and into the QA inspection chamber. So this is a normal size room. There are panels and readouts here and statistics that crowd all the walls. When you look at it, you can see that each number that is written or that's coming out on a readout relates in some way to failure rates of component inspection, components of each one of the androids. So it's basically
like liver, kidney, brain, or
brain, skeleton, flesh,
brain, tentacles.
Just looking at there's a separate panel that has a screen that has a single large button, and your eyes are drawn to it because it's like way different than the other ones. And there's big red shiny button, and it just says purge.
Whoa.
Okay.
Oh, but this is just an office room. There's not like full of something that is purging out of this room.
That's correct. Yeah, but there is a on that panel that has the big purge button. There is like a screen that is currently like a little tiny screen that is currently off.
Well, we can turn the screen on if I find a power button.
Okay, so when you turn the screen on, it shows you a camera feed of the quarantine, and you can see the androids.
That's what I was thinking. Around. Yeah, because that's what you do in quarantine. If you need to flash the whole place, that's what it's for. Ooh, that's a mean button. Yeah, let's not press that button, please. I don't.
They claim that this is one way to free them from quarantine, but what does freedom mean to them, right?
I don't like it. That's 200.
You'd rather they stayed in there tortured?
Well, we can get
sweet release of death must be a relief even to an android.
Well, how keen are you for that? Probably not so much. I think you would probably rather have a chance, no?
I haven't been tortured very long. Only 21 episodes.
John, is there any indication? Is there any indication of a quarantine pass, something that would like signal that they could leave the room?
No, this seems to be the way.
Only way.
There's only one option.
Yeah.
I don't like it. No. Hey! Stop it! Stop with the big finger. No.
I want to push the button.
You are all these pearls clutched about my nuke plan, and we're about to gas a bunch of disabled androids. I absolutely do not think so.
I don't think pearl clutching is quite the right
I'm
term, considering I'm on the deep when you want to set off the nuke.
No,
right?
no, I know. I understand. I don't think we should kill these poor things. No.
Interestingly, the distance between your finger and the button is the same distance between my poisoned pen and your carotid artery. It's amazing how things just correlate out of.
Joking aside, I do take your point, Ted. I think we can mull over the ethics of this, between episodes, I suppose. But I think it's a bit of a rash decision right now.
At the end of the episode here is something I actually forgot to do that I realized was tacked on to certain things that have happened to you. David and Delphons, I need both of you guys to roll me a D10 and tell me what you get.
Oh. All right.
You first, Ted.
I got a 3.
All right. I got a 7.
Okay. Both of your guys' Ben scores goes up by that amount.
What? Why the hell would that happen?
I have a 29 Ben's now.
Is this because we left the station and came back?
It's because we got scanned.
Don't worry.
It's because we got scanned.
Yeah. That's a good call.
Okay. All right, so we'll leave it there. We'll leave you in the QA inspection chamber, and you're about to head over to another section of the factory, which is called I believe it's called the maintenance zone, which is sort of like the central hub of the factory. Like all branches of the factory sort of like radiate outwards from the maintenance zone. And this you're coming in typical 3D6 fashion from the back end of it. But should you have gone through the court of the Chosen King, he was guarding the entrance that would have led you straight down to like the main entrance to this area that you're about to enter the back end from. So you are plugging away and getting closer to brain construction, although you don't really know what direction brain construction is in. But apparently, all other zones of the factory are this direction. So you're on the right track. All right. Okay, we will leave it there. All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching and or listening to 3D6 Down the Line, the most criminally underwatched actual play series on the internet. This has been episode 21 of our Mothership campaign of Gradient Descent. And thank you to all of our supporters, our Patreon supporters, our explorers, our delvers, and especially our conquerors. But before Matt reads those names aloud, of course, 2 special thanks go out to our one and only David for doing all the artwork, graphics, and animation on this stream, and to Hank, otherwise known as Hellroot, for doing the original composition, the original music composition at the top of the episode. Thank you, Hank. Okay, Matt, take it away with the conquerors.
Awesome. Okay, I'd like to welcome a new conqueror to the group, Benton. Welcome, Benton.
Welcome, Benton.
And now I will read your compatriots. Hang on. I need some hot Android loving. That was a name. That wasn't just me opining.
Sure.
Lucifer, Chris Ackroyd, Jaron Goodman, 3C_2-David-3, Evan Leroy, Narrative Erection, Adam McKinney, Iowit, Human Pendulation Labs, Soul Slur, Ryan Gunter, Chris Harvey, Bren Kneecleaver, Sorcerius, Chris Milan DM, Crayon Box, Oxyon, Erica, Ted's Next Character, Simone Canola, Q-Dog, Love Letters from the Locker, Helping Mike Feel the Love, Bo Chicka Bow Wow, Dogleaf, Mike Butts, Old Girthy Biggest Stickus,
Girthy now.
John Buchek.
Oh God!
Don't laugh over John Buchek. He's important. Scott Fournier, Eric Mader, Sophia Peng, Mark Dyson, Carl Stephenson, Necrotic Gnome, Derek B. I miss Sleepy Detox Ted, Eric Manley, Todd Jeffcoat, Tyler Hackenberg, Christo Lute, Jeff, Archeolus, Jofo, Fruits Monkeys, Hot Dog, The Mighty Martian, Noah, Banana Hammock, AJ, Ted's Frisky Gym Sock, Michael Sauer, Adam Lovelace, Desiree Marcel, Grizz Loves Games, Dustin Reedy, Chris Rowe, Benjamin, King of Zoops, MP, Todd, Munchkin Mike's Ripe Meat Off the Bone Dwarf Appreciation Society.
You're going to love that.
That's for you, Mike. Steve, Jeff Marino, Alan Barton, Robert Kirkland, Eric Tsunami MD, Yesterday's Glory, Mike Small, Richard Barton, Christian Carter, Dungeon Maestro, Isaac 2D10 plus 25 DTL Spencer, James Boyle, Chris Lauricella, John Hooker, Mordrew, Zachary Hall, Saps. Now it's time for the Davids. Papa Bear DM, Zach Shiflett, Mercury 605, Dar Jr., Procyon, Dakota Nelson, Cam, Stephen Kessenberry, John and Law Logan, Kabrowskis, Bruiser, Phil, Nakano the Amused, Nick, Jeff Samansky, Mando NZ, Boo Shawareb, Jimbo W.A., Ted Gast, Eric Lawson, Grunt, Andrew Schroker, Jason Jones, MM, Michael Schilling, Stefano Di Maiolo, Ash Gabriel, Chongus, Hex Brawler Josh, Arno, Iona, Michael Waller, Mother of Romulus, Han Dandler, Sean Ellis, Summon Toast, Too Rude, Too Ishvan, R. Cabral, Dungeon Heart Adam, Scott Yearsley, Mechjack, Kick Maniac, Dyer Grew, and Tom Eric Garrettson. We know what's coming next. The Matts. Matthew Mattis, Mads the Danish Matt, Matt the Merry Muffin Bear, like that one, Matt Walsh, Matt Mason, Matt Koenig, and Matt Young. Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it and can't do this without you. So
well done, Matt. Thank you so much. And thank you to all of our supporters. We appreciate it. Have a wonderful week, everyone. We will see you next time. Take care.
Thanks, see you later. John. Thank you, John.